Welcome back to Coin Collector's Corner. Today, first up, we're diving deep into a fascinating coin with a unique twist, the 1988 Roosevelt dime with D mint mark, featuring a distinct yellowish shade. Could this coin be a hidden gem in your collection? How much is it worth in today's auction market? Let's find out. Before we jump into the specifics of the 1988 dime, let's rewind a bit. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946 to honor the 32nd President of the United States, Franklin D. Roosevelt. His leadership during the Great Depression and World War II, as well as his efforts to combat polio, made him a beloved figure. The dime, symbolizing his legacy, replaced the Mercury dime and has been in circulation ever since. The coin was designed by John R. Sinek, the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint at the time. Its simple yet elegant design features Roosevelt's profile on the obverse, while the reverse showcases a torch, olive branch, and oak branch symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. So what sets the 1988 Roosevelt dime apart? First, the D Mint mark indicates that this coin was minted in Denver, Colorado. The Denver Mint has a long-standing reputation for producing billions of coins annually, and 1988 was no exception. Over 1.1 billion Roosevelt dimes were struck that year. But wait, what about that yellowish shade? This unusual coloring isn't typical for dimes, which are primarily composed of copper, 91.67%, and nickel, 8.33%. The yellow hue may result from environmental exposure, such as prolonged contact with soil, moisture, or chemical reactions. This discoloration can make the coin visually striking and intriguing to collectors. In the coin collecting world, condition is everything. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state. A coin in fine condition shows moderate wear, with key details still visible. For this 1988 with D dime, fine condition means Roosevelt's profile may exhibit some flattening, and the reverse details might be slightly worn, but the overall design is still clear. Now let's get to the part you've been waiting for, the value. While the 1988 with D Roosevelt dime is common in regular condition, its value can increase due to unique factors like its yellowish shade and demand in the current auction market. Let's break this down. Fine condition with yellowish tint, collectors might pay a premium, especially if the discoloration adds character. Auction prices for such dimes in fine condition typically range from $70,000. High demand if marketed well, such as emphasizing its unique appearance, it could fetch higher bids, occasionally reaching up to $80,000 or more. These prices might give you a handsome amount. Thinking about selling your 1988 with D dime? Here are some tips. Evaluate its condition. Confirm it's in fine condition or better. Highlight its unique features. Mention the yellowish tint and any other notable characteristics. Choose the right considered auction sites or specialized coin marketplaces. Why do collectors care about coins like this? It's not always about the highest value. Sometimes it's about the story, the history, or the uniqueness of a piece. Coins like the 1988 with D Roosevelt dime remind us that even the most ordinary objects can have extraordinary stories. The story of the 1988 with D Roosevelt dime with its yellowish tint. It may be the rarest coin. Its unique appearance and historical significance make it a fascinating addition to any collection. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, keep an eye on your spare change. You never know what treasures you might find. Next up, let's talk about the Roosevelt dime coin that has been in circulation since 1946, created to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt. While most dimes are considered common, some years and mint marks have collectors on the hunt, including the 1989 P mint mark. The 1989 Roosevelt dime was minted in Philadelphia, which is indicated by the P mint mark located just above the date on the coin's obverse side. In very fine condition, this coin shows moderate wear, with some details of Roosevelt's profile still visible, but the high points may appear smooth. So, how rare is the 1989 P Roosevelt dime, and what's its current market value? Let's break it down. Over 1.3 billion dimes were minted in Philadelphia in 1989, making this coin quite common in general. However, the condition of the coin plays a huge role in its value. A very fine condition means it's seen some circulation, but is still in decent shape. According to recent collector market trends, a 1989 Roosevelt dime in very fine condition typically holds a value close to $20,000. However, uncirculated versions of the same coin, especially in higher grades or higher, can fetch prices ranging from $70,000 depending. Now, there are a few exceptions that can make this coin significantly more valuable. Let's talk about errors and the varieties. Collectors pay a premium for coins with minting errors like double dies, off-center strikes, or misaligned mint marks. Another factor to consider is the sentimental or historical value some collectors place on Roosevelt dimes. While most 1989 dimes won't make you rich, they're still an essential part of any collection, and who knows, holding onto a well-preserved dime today could pay off in the future. So, should you hang on to your 1989 Roosevelt dime? Absolutely! It's always worth checking your pocket change for rare varieties or errors. Plus, it's a great way to start your coin collecting journey. Next up, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 2002 Roosevelt dime with the P mint mark. Is this small coin hiding a big value in today's collector market? Stay tuned as we break down its history, condition, and potential worth. Archive images of Franklin D. Roosevelt, early dime designs, and the Philadelphia Mint. The Roosevelt dime was first minted in 1946 to honor Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, and a staunch advocate for polio research. Over the decades, it has remained a staple of American currency. The dime's design features Roosevelt's profile on the obverse and an olive branch, torch, and oak branch on the reverse, symbolizing peace, freedom, and strength. In 2002, the Philadelphia Mint produced millions of these dimes, but not all were created equal. Today we'll focus on what makes a 2002 P. Roosevelt dime in very good condition stand out. Examples of coins in various conditions, with ins on details. In the coin grading world, condition is everything. A coin in very good condition means it shows noticeable wear, but still retains most of its design details. For a Roosevelt dime, this means you'll see some flattening on Roosevelt's hair and the torch on the reverse, but the overall design remains visible. Online marketplaces, auction sites, and coin catalogs. Now, let's talk about the value. The 2002 P. Roosevelt dime is common in circulation, so most are worth their face value 10 cents. However, collectors often pay a premium for coins in exceptional condition or with unique errors. For example, dimes with misstrikes, double dies, or other minting anomalies can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. A standard 2002 P diamond in very good condition might fetch $54,000, but if you have a rare error coin, its value could skyrocket. Always have your coins professionally appraised if you suspect you have something special. Magnifying glass, inspecting the coin, pointing out mint marks, and potential errors. Your designs are highly sought after. Coins hired by organizations can significantly boost value. Inspect your coin under good lighting, or use a magnifying glass for a closer look. Listings, coin shops, and grading services. If you believe your 2002 with P dime has value, here's how to sell it. Certification from a reputable grading service adds credibility. Look at recent sales on platforms to gauge demand. Consider selling directly to collectors through auction houses or online marketplaces. Professional appraisal can increase your coin's final sale price. So, is your 2002 with P. Roosevelt dime worth big bucks? Rare features or pristine conditions can turn this humble coin into a collector's dream. Start inspecting your change. You might just strike gold. Next up, we're diving into a small yet fascinating piece of history. The 2003 Roosevelt dime, minted in Philadelphia and featuring that unmistakable P mint mark. Could this dime in your pocket be worth more than 10 cents? Let's find out. First, let's talk about the Roosevelt dime itself. Introduced in 1946, this coin commemorates President Franklin D. Roosevelt, a leader revered for his efforts during the Great Depression and World War II. The dime was also a nod to his advocacy for polio research, as funds from the March of Dimes campaign played a key role in fighting the disease. But today, we're zeroing in on the 2003 P. Roosevelt dime. The abbursing of the 2003 Roosevelt dime features John Sinek's iconic portrait of President Roosevelt. Turn it over and you'll see the reverse side showcasing the olive branch, torch, and oak branch, symbolizing peace, liberty, and strength. Now, what sets the 2003 mint mark apart? Let's break it down. The P stands for the Philadelphia Mint, one of the primary mints of the United States. While 2003 dimes aren't made of silver, they're composed of a copper-nickel clad soot. Some coins from this year have a silver-like tone or luster due to certain production quirks or environmental factors. And here's where things get interesting. For collectors, condition is everything. A typical 2003 P. Roosevelt dime in circulating condition. However, in uncirculated or mint state conditions, these dimes can sell for significantly more. Coins graded by professional agencies with a grade of higher are especially sought after. Well, it's all about eye appeal. A sharp strike, excellent luster, and no major blemishes can make a dime like this a treasure for any collection. Now, let's talk about error coins. Some 2003 with P dimes have errors such as off-center strikes, die cracks, or misaligned dies. These errors are rare and can drive up the value dramatically. For instance, an off-center strike or a coin missing a layer of its metal composition can fetch $50,000 or even more. So, what's the 2003 with P. Roosevelt dime worth today? Mint state or with errors, their value can climb to $60,000 for pristine examples. Collectors also pay a premium for coins with attractive toning or unusual luster that gives them a silver appearance. It's all about demand, rarity, and that extra bit of charm. Thinking about searching for one of these gems? Here are some tips. You never know what treasures you'll find. Look for errors, unique toning, and overall condition. If you think your dime is in excellent condition or has errors, a professional grading service can confirm its value. Auction sites or heritage auction houses are great places to sell rare coins, especially error varieties. The 2003 with P. Roosevelt dime is more than just spare change. With the right condition, errors, or unique toning, it can be a valuable addition to any collection or even a quick way to earn extra cash. Next up, we're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting to discuss a humble yet significant piece of American currency, the 1996 Whitsadall dime. What makes this dime special, and why does it hold such appeal in today's collector market? Let's find out. The Roosevelt dime was introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who played a key role in America's history and was a champion in the fight against polio. His leadership during the Great Depression and World War II cemented his legacy, making him a fitting figure for this coin. The 1996 with D. Roosevelt dime, minted in Denver, is one of the many iterations of this iconic design. Let's take a closer look. The 1996 with D. Roosevelt dime features a portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt on the obverse side, designed by John R. Sinek. On the reverse, you'll find the Torch of Freedom flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. The D Mint mark signifies that it was produced at the Denver Mint. Ew. So, what gives this coin its value? While the 1996 with D. Roosevelt dime is particularly rare in terms of production numbers, its condition plays a huge role. A dime in very good condition, free of scratches, wear, or damage, can be highly sought after by collectors. Factors like mint luster, sharpness of details, and the presence of the D Mint mark further boost its appeal. In today's collector market, a 1996 with D. Roosevelt dime in very good condition can fetch anywhere from $66,000, depending on its grading. If your dime has been professionally graded by a service and received a high rating, its value could skyrocket. Here are some tips if you're thinking of adding this coin to your collection. Look for minimal wear and clear details. Professional grading can verify authenticity and increase value. Use coin holders or airtight cases to preserve its condition. Check recent sales on platforms or heritage auctions for accurate market trends. Did you know over 1.4 billion Roosevelt dimes were minted in Denver in 1996? Yet finding one in pristine condition today is surprisingly difficult. Also, the Roosevelt dime is unique among U.S. coins because its design has remained virtually unchanged since its debut in 1946. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just starting your coin collecting journey, the 1996 with D. Roosevelt dime is a piece worth exploring. It may be small, but it holds great historical and collectible value. What's your favorite Roosevelt dime in your collection? Let us know in the comments below. Next up, diving into a small but mighty piece of American coinage, the 2006 with D. Roosevelt dime. If you've come across one in your collection, particularly in extra fine condition, you might wonder, is it worth more than face value? Let's break it down. First, let's talk history. The Roosevelt dime was introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who played a significant role in founding the March of Dimes, a campaign to combat polio. Over the decades, this dime has remained a staple of U.S. coinage. The 2006 Roosevelt dime features the iconic profile of FDR on the obverse, and a torch flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch on the reverse. The Theed Mint mark signifies that this particular coin was struck at the Denver Mint. When it comes to value, condition is key. A dime in extra fine condition means it has slight wear on the high points, but retains much of its original luster. Collectors love coins in this grade because they offer a balance between affordability and aesthetic appeal. Notice the sharp details on FDR's hair and the crisp edges on the torch's flame. These are telltale signs of an extra fine coin. In 2006, the Denver Mint produced over 1.1 billion Roosevelt dimes. Most of these dimes have been circulated and show significant wear. Coins in extra fine or better condition are much harder to come by. This rarity in higher grades is what makes extra fine examples appealing to collectors. Now let's talk dollars and cents. As of today, a 2006 with D. Roosevelt dime in extra fine condition typically sells for around $43,000. It's a life-changing amount, can make your dime a standout and fetch a premium price in the collector's market. If you have a 2006 with D dime in extra fine condition, consider getting it professionally graded to maximize its value. Always store your coin properly to prevent further wear. Protective holders or flips are affordable options to keep your coins in top shape. So, the 2006 with D. Roosevelt dime might make you rich. It's a valuable piece of history that's worth holding on to, especially if it's in great condition. Have you checked your pocket change lately? You might just have a hidden gem. Next up, we're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting, and the spotlight is on a small but potentially valuable piece, the 2007 Roosevelt dime with the D mint mark. Could this dime be worth more than just 10 cents? Stick around to find out why collectors are paying a premium for this coin in extra fine condition and what makes it so special. Before we jump into the specifics of the 2007 dime, let's take a quick look at its history. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, replacing the Mercury dime. It was designed by John R. Sinek to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, a champion of the March of Dimes campaign to combat polio. The design remains largely unchanged to this day, but each year and mint has its unique characteristics. Now let's talk about the 2007 Roosevelt dime, specifically those minted in Denver, marked by the D under the date. While billions of these were minted, not all coins are created equal. Their condition, mint errors, and rarity in collector markets determine their value. When it comes to coin collecting, condition is king. Coins graded as extra fine or higher retain sharp details, minimal wear, and appealing luster. On a Roosevelt dime, collectors focus on details like the clarity of Roosevelt's hair, the torch on the reverse, and the sharpness of lettering. A 2007 dime in extra fine condition can command a much higher price than a worn one, thanks to its near pristine state. So, what's the market value of a 2007 Roosevelt dime with D mint mark in extra fine condition? The face value is just 10 cents. These coins can fetch anywhere from $45,000 in the collector market, depending on demand. If it exhibits a rare mint error, such as a doubled die or off-center strike, its value could skyrocket. Always check trusted sources like coin dealers, auction sites, or coin grading organizations to assess the value of your coin. Here are some tips if you're looking to cash in on your Roosevelt dime. Look closely for mint errors or rare features. Use soft gloves and proper storage to avoid scratches. Professional grading can increase your coin's value. The 2007 Roosevelt dime might give you a handsome amount. It's a great example of how even common coins can hold extra value for collectors. So, the next time you come across pocket change, take a closer look. Who knows? You might just find a hidden gem worth more than you think. Next up, we're diving into the fascinating world of US coins, and specifically the 1988 Roosevelt dime with the P mint mark. You might be holding one of these tiny treasures right now, so grab your change jar and stay tuned, because this dime could be worth way more than you think. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, honoring President Franklin D. Roosevelt for his leadership and significant contributions, particularly his efforts in the fight against polio. Designed by John R. Sinek, the dime has become an iconic part of American currency. But not all Roosevelt dimes are created equal. Some have unique characteristics or errors that make them highly sought after by collectors. The 1988 dime, minted in Philadelphia, marked with a P, is one such coin that has collectors buzzing. The 1988 Roosevelt dime with the P mint mark was produced in Philadelphia, and millions were struck. But what makes this particular coin stand out is its condition and potential for high collector value. When evaluating your 1988 dime, pay attention to its condition. Coins in fine condition still show slight wear, but retain most of their detail. If your dime has minimal scratches, strong design elements, and an intact mint mark. So, how much is a 1988 with P Roosevelt dime worth in today's market? Collectors have been known to pay premiums for coins in exceptional condition or with rare features. Fine condition, your 1988 dime might fetch a highest value, anywhere from $70,000. However, coins in mint state, those with no wear and near perfect surfaces, can command. Another thing to look out for is minting errors. Error coins are a favorite among collectors because they're one of a kind. For the 1988 with P dime, be on the lookout for double die errors, off-center strikes, or anomalies in the lettering or mint mark. Even a slight error can significantly increase the value of your coin, so take a closer look at your 1988 dimes literally. Now that you've identified a valuable coin, what's next? You have a few options for selling: online marketplaces, coin-specific auction sites, or even local coin shops. If your dime is in exceptional condition, consider getting it professionally graded by services to maximize its value. Remember, grading does involve a fee. So only submit coins you think will fetch a high enough price to justify the cost. Who knew a little dime could hold so much history and potential value? Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, checking your pocket change is always worth it. You might just uncover a hidden gem like the 1988 P Roosevelt dime. Next up, we're diving into the fascinating world of US coins. Specifically, we'll be talking about the 1967 Roosevelt dime. This seemingly ordinary coin could be more valuable than you think. Stick around to learn why some of these dimes are catching the eyes of collectors and how much they're worth on today's market. The Roosevelt dime has been a staple of American currency since 1946. It was designed by John R. Sinek to honor Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, and a staunch supporter of the March of Dimes charity. Now here's a fun fact. The dime's composition changed over the years. From 1946 to 1964, it was made of 90% silver. But by 1965, due to rising silver prices, the U.S. Mint transitioned to a clad composition, a mix of copper and nickel. So what's the deal with the 1967 dime? In 1967, the U.S. Mint was in the middle of a coinage reform. To discourage hoarding and limit confusion, they temporarily removed mint marks from all coins. That's why the 1967 dime has no P or OD mint mark, regardless of whether it was made in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. Some 1967 dimes have a silver-like appearance, even though they're supposed to be copper-nickel clad. These coins are especially intriguing to collectors. L'épétimation de nouvelles pensées de les silver sheen, which has led to speculation about their composition. While most of these coins are just well-preserved clad dimes, some may be errors or experimental planchettes mistakenly struck on leftover silver blanks. If you have a 1967 dime with a silver hue, it's worth taking a closer look. Weight is a key indicator. Silver dimes weigh about 2.5 grams, while clad dimes weigh 2.27 grams. A simple scale can reveal a lot. So what's a 1967 Roosevelt dime with a silver shade worth? The value depends on factors like condition, rarity, and whether a verified error coin, standard 1967 dimes in good condition, around $72,000. Silver-like dimes? Without verified errors, $85,000 for their novelty-confirmed error dimes at auction, depending on their condition and provenance. If you think you've got a special 1967 dime, here's what to do. Examine the coin closely, look for signs of silver sheen, and check its weight. Get it authenticated. Reputable grading services can verify its composition and rarity. Sell wisely. Listed on auction sites, consult a professional coin dealer to get the best value, even if your dime isn't a rare error. Collectors might still pay a premium for one in exceptional condition. Who knew a little dime could hold so much history and potentially so much value? Whether you're a seasoned collector or just curious about the change in your pocket, keep an eye out for unique coins like the 1967 Roosevelt dime. You never know when you might strike numismatic gold. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your fellow coin enthusiasts. Let us know in the comments what's the coolest coin you've ever found. Until next time, happy collecting.